Europe. 35,000 years ago, the late Paleolithic. The Earth is gripped by cold. Across the plains wander mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, reindeer, and in the dusk, cave lions prowl. There are few humans. They cling together, family to family, neighbor to neighbor, surviving the hunger and the frost beneath one flame. Thus are born the nomadic clans, 20, sometimes 30 souls. Each belongs to a larger metagroup, about 150 to 200 people, scattered across vast lands. Together, they guard the night, share the hunt, and keep the fire alive. Today, we will live one of their days and understand how such days became the story of humankind. At that time, Earth's population was tiny, only a few million souls scattered across harsh continents. They were sturdy, resilient beings. Wind toughened their skin. Large noses warmed the frozen air. Men stood around 175 centimeters tall, weighing 65 to 70 kilograms. Women averaged 158 to 160, 50 to 60 kilos. They were lean, sinewy, with little fat, every motion born of necessity. Their skin, inherited from ancestors out of Africa, kept its warm hue. The genes for light skin had yet to spread across Europe. Hair was thick and dark, the body covered in a faint protective fuzz. Self-care was minimal. Every day a battle with wind, hunger, and time. Their bodies were tools of survival, and in their faces, already the features of us. His name is R, around 20 years old, short, wiry, quick. Hair tangled and dusted with ash, to mask scent and repel insects. Eyes wary but curious, a rare thing for his time. R is not merely a hunter, he is an observer. The day begins before dawn, with the resurrection of fire. At night, the embers are buried under ash to keep them alive. Fire can be made anew, with flint and pyrite or by friction, but it's long, uncertain, deadly in wind and damp. So they protect the coals as they would a child. R blows the ash aside, adds moss and twigs. Sparks flare, the flame returns. With it come warmth, light, the means to cook, to dry hides, to drive off beasts. A dead hearth is not darkness, it is extinction. At night, 1 or 2 men keep watch by the fire. They listen to the cracking of ice, the whine of the wind, and the creak of steps beyond the light. The watcher at the flame, the first guardian of human sleep. As long as the fire breathes, so do we. After the fire, the scent of the night must be erased. Here, scent is a cry the beasts can hear. R washes with snow, scrubs his skin with ash and sand, rough but effective. He wipes away smoke and blood, dulls the scent, and the ash dries the cuts. The cold burns the flesh, yet with pain comes wakefulness and life. Clothing to them is no decoration, it is armor. They soak hides in smoke and fat so they will not rot nor let in water. They sew with bone needles, thread from sinew. On their feet, fur wrappings greased with fat to keep from freezing to snow. Face and hands smeared with ash and grease, a shield against wind, sun, and biting insects. The same mixture heals cuts, dries the skin, hides the scent. Their balm, their antiseptic, and camouflage, all in one. Every stitch, every knot, the result of long hours beside the fire. Their food is simple: meat, bone marrow, fat, berries, and roots. Fat is treasure, stored in dried animal bladders or hollow bones, kept fresh for weeks. It feeds them, heals them, burns in their lamps. Sometimes they boil food in leather bags, Dropping in heated stones, the meat softens, becomes tender and safe. Today, they share the remains of yesterday's reindeer. The hunter divides the meat among all. Children and women eat first, elders after them, and the hunters last to preserve their strength for tomorrow. Hunting happens every few days, sometimes twice a week, sometimes less. Between hunts, men mend tools, women dry meat and berries, children gather branches for the fire. Each day, the tribe confirms one simple truth: survival belongs to those who stand together. If one is fed and another starves, tomorrow both will die. Even what seems small here serves survival. When a person goes to relieve themselves, they take a shovel made from an animal's shoulder bone to dig a shallow pit. They do it downwind, far from the cave, below the slope, so the scent won't drift to fire or water. Afterward, they cover the pit with soil and ash. The trace disappears, and beasts smell nothing. Simple acts, but they save them from sickness, parasites, and uninvited guests. But not every day is the same. Illness comes as hunger and cold do. When someone weakens, they lay them near the fire, give soft food and water, keep them warm. Knowledge of herbs is only beginning. They heal with what they have: warmth, fat, and rest. If the sickness wins, the body is carried away from camp, buried in a shallow grave, covered with earth, stones, and branches. Sometimes a piece of flint, a bone, or food is left beside, a farewell gift. So memory is born, and the fear of death becomes the beginning of faith. Ours tribe numbers 19 people. Roles change constantly. Today you hunt, tomorrow you guard the fire or gather roots. The elders, those past 40, carry memory and wisdom. They remember the paths of beasts, the winter shelters, the stones that break best for tools. They no longer chase prey, they teach how to choose a camp, read the wind, see a track at a glance. A leader is not one who commands, but one trusted to return with everyone alive. Here there is no power, only experience. When the hunt runs long or the weather shifts, they move the camp every few weeks or after a great kill. They follow the herds and keep the land clean behind them. Their world extends beyond the cave. Along rivers and plains, other tribes wander, similar yet foreign. Sometimes paths cross. If the meeting is peaceful, they raise empty hands, exchange flint, fat, or meat. These gestures weave the first threads between families. At times, they unite for a great hunt. At times, they clash over water or land. Then the stone spears fly not at beasts, but at men. But mostly, they part in silence, each returning to their own fire. Here are born alliance, fear, and what one day will be called politics. Their home now is a cave. In summer, they build frames of mammoth bone and branches, cover them with hides. The hearth lies in the center, so heat spreads evenly. Sleeping skins lie near the walls, tools by the entrance, supplies in the cooler depths. Food scraps and waste are buried far outside the camp. Before sleep, they heat stones by the fire, place them under the hides. Warmth lasts till dawn. Here, man tames not only fire, but the cold itself. This order is no luxury, it is habit, and habit is survival. When darkness falls, fear rises with the wind. They believe a spirit lives within the flame, guarding them through the night. Before sleep, each throws a piece of fat into the fire to keep it awake. On the cave walls, shapes of beasts, handprints in ochre. Not decoration, memory, a way to teach what was seen. Among the paintings are odd creatures, big ears, short legs. Perhaps here man first learned to laugh at himself. Thus, among smoke and ash, faith is born, and art and humor, the true signs of reason. Before the hunt, R takes a stone. From the core, he chips thin flakes, creating sharp edges. The point he binds to a shaft with sinew and resin. A test throw into the ground to feel the balance. Every movement is precise. Behind it, the practice of generations. In a world without writing, knowledge passes from hand to hand. One winter, R saw a reindeer fall into a pit hidden beneath snow and a fallen tree. Below, sharpened branches pierced the body. The beast died. The image stayed not as fear, but revelation. If the earth can set traps, then man can help it choose where. Thus, for the first time, a thought was born, one no man had shaped before. He chooses a hollow. Animals always walk the same path to water. He digs deeper than his height, plants sharp stakes at the bottom. Over them he lays branches and grass, dusts it with snow, concealing the fresh soil. Now his labor can rest. The trap will work by itself. The first step, from action to idea, from instinct to reason. Let the earth aid my hands. Twilight drifts across the plain. R waits for the reindeer, but hears a cry. A man falls into the pit, a hunter from a neighboring tribe. Around his neck, a necklace of fangs, the mark of a leader. R recognizes him, the same chieftain who had tried to raid their camp, steal their fire and food. He lies wounded, gasping, eyes filled with both fear and hatred. Now in the trap, not a beast, but an enemy. He hunted us in winter, wanted our fire, our children. If I strike, my people grow stronger. If I lift him out, perhaps the world brighter. Here ends instinct and begins the human. Strength or reason, a blow or a hand extended. R's choice will echo through the ages. The path of power. He struck, and with the enemy, fear also died. Two tribes joined under his rule, not from will, but from dread. R became the first to bend men not with words, but with a blow. Thus was born power, and with it, the hunger for power. The path of reason. He spared him, and changed more than he knew. Two tribes share the fire and the trails, guard the night together. An alliance born of mercy proves stronger than blood. Warmer together, safer hunts, children fed. Thus trust is born. Thus civilization begins. Millennia have passed, but R's choice lives within us. Each morning we rekindle the flame, and again we decide to strike or to understand.